Thank you for joining us today at Homestead for Life. Today we are going to make a cookies and cream dessert that takes maybe 5 minutes to make, and everyone loves it. So if you need a last minute food item to bring to a potluck, Thanksgiving, whatever that looks like, this is your trick. So I know this is a little different from our normal homesteading stuff, but with Thanksgiving tomorrow, this has gone from being a potluck savior at work to a holiday staple in my family. And it is the easiest thing in the world to make. I did not come up with a recipe. It was on Google. I am obsessed with cookies and cream anything, so I looked up cookies and cream dessert. Here it is. There are 3 ingredients. Chocolate cookie sandwiches. The generic is fine. You're going to mix them with things, so they're going to get a little soggy, which is pretty much how the generic ones start out, tasting a little soggy and stale anyway. You're not going to notice the difference. Buy what's cheap. 1 block of cream cheese. I usually use the 1/3 fat Neufchâtel. I'm probably massacring how you pronounce that word. It's fine. You know what I mean. Buy the fat-free stuff, low-fat stuff, whatever you want. You're not going to taste the difference. Whipped cream. The tall tub. Whipped topping. I'm sorry, the tall tub. Generic, name brand, full fat, half fat, no fat. You will not taste the difference. So normally I do buy the lower fat options just to offset some of that dessert guilt. But that's not what was on sale today, and holiday calories don't count anyway. So we have full fat, all the things. You are going to take your cream cheese and your whipped cream, and you're going to let them sit out on the counter for about an hour to soften up. Then you're going to throw them in your mixer, let them mix up a little bit. Then you're going to throw in your cookies, and that is all. That's all there is to it. Okay, so our cream cheese and our whipped cream, we're going to let mix up for a minute, get the cream cheese and whipped cream all well combined. And then we will add our Oreos and let the mixer crush them all up for us. All right, so we are going to add our cookies. You probably want to save about 4 cookies, not crushed up to use as a garnish, just to make it look a little prettier on top. But otherwise, throw them in there, let them get mixed up. And when they're decently crushed up and mixed, we're going to turn it off and scoop it into our bowl. All right, it's done mixing. We got all the little bits on the sides and the bottoms pretty well that don't always get mixed quite perfectly in the mixer. And then we just scoop it into our bowl. Easy peasy. And what you're going to want to do when you're done with this is let it cool in the fridge for a little while. Let it sit in the fridge for a few hours. Make sure it's all back to being cold and not room temperature, because we let it warm up, right, to be able to mix it better. And then what I do when I bring this to a potluck is I will either put it in a bowl of ice or something to keep it cold, but I put it out with an ice cream scoop so that it is easy to scoop out. And I put my little Oreos there as a garnish. You could put this in a pie filling if you wanted to, preferably one of those Oreo pie fillings. But that's it, and people go nuts for it. The easiest thing to make, cheap to pick up all the knockoff ingredients at the store, and it tastes amazing. It tastes better the next day. So if you can make it in advance, let it sit in your fridge overnight, it will taste better. But it is still awesome as a last minute thrown together. Yeah, sure, I can bring a dish. Here you go.